How much money did your business lose last year simply because you didn't know the right person? Not because your product wasn't good enough, not because you didn't work hard enough, but because somewhere out there was a person who could have sent you 5, 10, maybe 20 new customers, and you've never even shook their hand. If you've ever felt like you're working twice as hard as you should have for the same results that you're getting, I want you to stick with me for the next few minutes, because in this video, I'm breaking down the art of connecting. And I promise that by the end of this video, you'll never look at a handshake, a coffee meeting, or a simple thank you email ever the same way again. Are you ready to find that hidden revenue? Well, potentially you are sitting on thousands of dollars that you'll never see, potentially. Why? Because you're trying to do this alone. You see, most business owners think that growth comes from working harder, creating more ads, making more cold calls, working longer and longer hours. But while you're grinding away in isolation, there are other businesses out there right now who already have your ideal customers sitting in their contact list, sitting in their database, and they're not sending any of them to you. Why? Because you haven't built a relationship with that person. You haven't built a relationship with that business. And every day that you go without real connections and a real strategy for connections is a day that you are literally paying full price for growth when other people are getting it handed to them for free. And so this video is about the result that you actually want, which is a business that grows without you having to chase every single customer yourself. Imagine working with a network of people who send you new business on autopilot while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're focused on serving the customers that you already have. Imagine that. That's what real connection does. It turns other people's trust into your revenue. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to build that. And so let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some businesses seem to grow without even trying? Well, here's a fun fact. Almost 9 out of every 10 people trust a recommendation from a friend more than they trust any ad, any billboard, or any commercial. Think about that for a second. When your neighbor tells you about a great mechanic, you don't ask for proof. You don't say prove it. You just go to that mechanic because your neighbor said this is a great mechanic, and you just go. That is the power of trust. Now, here's the lesson. Your customers already trust you. They already like you. But most business owners never ask their happy customers to introduce them to somebody new. It's like having a friend who knows 100 people, but you never ask them to introduce you to anybody. And so the takeaway is simple. The people who already believe in you are the fastest path to new money. So stop waiting for them to bring you referrals and start asking them. Did you know that some businesses only exist because of an order of events that people follow in sequence? And you might be missing your spot in that line. What does that mean? Well, here's what I mean. Let me give you an easy example. Think about a wedding. When there's a wedding, before any of that happens, before flowers get ordered, a ring gets bought. Before the ring, a couple falls in love. Before the cake gets picked, the venue gets booked. Every single one of these businesses is connected in a chain, with one leading to the next. A jeweler leads to a wedding planner. A wedding planner leads to a venue. A venue leads to a florist. A florist leads to a baker. You see how that works? It's a chain. And every business has a chain just like this, even yours. And so the lesson here is that somewhere in your industry, there is a business that talks to your future customers before you do. And if you build a relationship with that business, they can hand you your future customers straight to you like a baton in a relay race. And so stop thinking of your competitors as your only concern. and start thinking about who touches your customer before you do. Now, what if the secret to getting more was not asking more, but actually giving first? Here's something that a lot of people get backwards. They walk up to a stranger and immediately ask for a favor. But real connection works the opposite way. Real connection is where you give value first, whether it's a helpful tip, a genuine compliment, a small favor, or a piece of useful information before you ever ask for anything in return. And so when you give first, people feel like they owe you something back. And this is not a trick. It's just how people naturally work. We like to return kindness. And so the lesson is this: before you ask another business to send you customers, find a way to send them customers first, or help them in some small way. Whoever goes first wins first. Would you be more likely to help a friend if there was a little something in it for the both of you? Well, when you build connections with other businesses, it helps to make it worth their while. And this does not mean that you need to give away a huge amounts of money. That's not what it means. Even a small reward, a discount, a gift, a percentage of the sale, it makes people remember you and want to keep sending business your way. Think of it like planting seeds. Every small reward you give is a seed. And if you plant enough seeds and you water them consistently, you'll have a garden that keeps growing all on its own year after year. And so the lesson here is that a small, fair reward or referral is one of the cheapest and smartest ways that you can grow your business, because you only pay when you actually make a sale. And so the last thing I'll talk about is this. What if I told you that just one new connection every single month could add tens of thousands of dollars to your business by the end of the year? Don't believe me? Well, let's do the math. And the math is simple. Let's just say you make one strong connection a month with another business owner. One strong connection. And that single connection sends you just one new customer a month. If your average customer is worth even a modest amount of money, that's 12 new customers by the end of the year, just from relationships. No ads, no extra marketing spend. Now, imagine if you made 5 or 10 of those connections instead of just one. You see, the lesson is this: connection is not some soft, feel-good, extra step in business. It is one of the most measurable, repeatable ways to add real dollars to your bottom line. And it costs you almost nothing but your time and your genuine effort. And so here's what I want you to get out of this video. Connection is a skill. And like any other skill, it gets so much easier when you're not trying to learn it alone. And that's exactly why I started Accelerate. Accelerate is a community made exclusively for entrepreneurs and business owners who are done trying to figure everything out by themselves. Inside Accelerate, you get shortcuts around costly mistakes. You'll tap into the collective experience of other business owners who have already made and solved the mistakes that you're about to make. Why learn lessons the hard way when there's someone in the room who's already been there? The next thing is real support system. Running a business can feel lonely. In Accelerate, you're surrounded by people who actually understand what you're going through so that you're never carrying it alone. And there's also strategic networking and partnerships. This is a room where you meet referral partners, mentors, collaborators who can send business your way, the exact kind of connections that we talked about in this video. And then the last thing is accountability that actually moves the needle. When you set a goal in front of people who care about your success, you are more likely to follow through on your goals, and faster and smarter. Now, if you're ready to stop building your business alone and start building with a room full of people in your corner, click the link below and join Accelerate. Join today. Your next big connection and your next big customer could be one introduction away. And so that's what I want to share in this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.